stories.
Tony Hawk's bringing back some bangers.
Yes, I am absolutely excited about Tony Hawk 1 and 2 coming back
Now, is this
in
going
a
to be one
remastered
game?
form. Yes, with the two, with Tony Hawk 1 and 2 on the same disc. Yeah.
Oh, I'm buying this. Like, oh my. Oh, so. Oh.
That which one is your favorite? Is it 2 or 1?
Definitely one because that had the more baller soundtrack. So it's so gosh, so good.
I'm only gonna say 2 because 1 I never really played. 2 is kind of where I got started with it, so I didn't really have the prior experience.
Which one started doing the skate park build that you could do? Was that 1 or 2? Build your own skate park.
The one I remember being able to do it in was 2, I think.
I love that feature. Oh, that was so much fun. I had no fucking idea what I was doing. I would literally just make like a grind rail that went around the entire level. I was a dork.
Man. There was a multiplayer feature in that game too that I loved, that you could actually like recreate whatever words you wanted in horse.
That's
and
awesome.
have to match tricks up to each other. That's fucking fun. Fish and I used to do that shit all the time, just make up random words, and you'd be at that shit forever.
So, the news story that we went with is the songs being omitted from the soundtrack. So the ones that we know that won't be on there are Suicidal Tendency, Psychovision, which is just a baller punk song. Unsane's Committed. I don't remember that one. I'd have to listen to that one. This one hurts. Anthrax and Public Enemy's Bring the Noise. That song,
Oh.
Bass! How low can you go? Bring the noise!
It's like the perfect fucking skating song for that game, man. It so pumped you up.
One of the things I hope they do is bring in new music, because there's a lot of great punk, California punk artists that I think would do wonders with the opportunity. But, you know, we'll see what they do with replacing these songs. The High and Mighty's B-Boy Document 99. And then we have Alley Life's Out with the Old. None of these either stuck with me, I remembered, or I care about outside of Bring the Noise. So I'm fine with that. We're also getting Superman by Goldfinger. So, you know, that's going to be great. And Rage Against Machines Guerrilla Radio. I forget what the rest of the tracks are, but I'm super excited because
isn't Papa Roach on there too? Last Resort, isn't that one of them?
No, that would be
I thought it was.
that would be a bit older. Let's see, Papa Roach, because that was 2001.
Okay.
Let me double check. Suffocation, no bleeding, don't get 2000. So maybe Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1, 2 soundtrack. Let's see. All right, so let's see. There's Spotify's. I don't think that's right. A guide to the music. Confirmed here. Well, let's see what this shit says. All right, confirmed with most songs. You can listen to. Okay, so the Spotify soundtracks are what they're going with. There's going to be 18, and then there's going to be an additional 7. Oh, no, I'm sorry. There's 18 total, and then there's going to be 7 omissions. So here's the 18 that we have. Police Truck by Dead Kennedys, Superman by Goldfinger, Jerry Was a Race Car Driver by Primus, New Girl by the Suicide Machines, Here and Now by the Ernies, Eero Barge by the Vandals, Blood Brothers by Papa Roach, Guerrilla Radio by Rage Against the Machines, Pin the Tail on the Donkey by Naughty by Nature, You, Bad Religion, that's a great song. When Worlds Collide by Power Man 5000, that's a great song. No Cigar by...
Oh, yeah, that's fantastic.
Yeah, that was from... I remember that one more from Raw vs. SmackDown in 2006, I think. Maybe it was 2005. Or no, it may have been like Here Comes the Pain. No Cigar by Melancholy, Cyclone by Dub Pistols, May 16th by Lagawagon, Subculture featuring Diesel and Chaos VIP, Styles of Beyond, Heavy Metal Winter Consumed, Evil Eye, Fu Manchu, and 5 Lessons Learned, Swingin' Utters. Here are the omissions from both games. Even Rude by Vilified, Speed Dealer by Screamer Driver, Suicidal Tendencies by Psychovision, Committed by Unsane, and then in 2, Bring the Noise by Public Enemy, B-Boy Document by The High and Mighty, Mad Skills, and Most Deaf, and Out with the Old by Alley Life.
Well, to get that music alone had to be a licensing nightmare just for the game itself, because they had to go to so many different bands about it, and then having to recreate that now, yeah, that's even got to be even harder.
Well, I don't know if it was going to be that hard because I don't know, because you actually go through their labels if they have
Okay,
one.
yeah.
So like these guys might all be on the same labels. They might have 2 or 3 labels. Some of them, and usually what happens is, not usually, but sometimes what happens is you could be signed by a label for 5 albums. And they'll tell you that, for those 5 albums, we can do whatever the fuck we want with your music. After that 5th album, though, you will regain all the intellectual rights to your music. So sometimes that's what ends up happening. So, like, it's actually very noticeable with, like, I think, like, Taylor Swift is going through something like that, or, like, Katy Perry went through something like that, where after their last album, they were supposed to get all the rights to their songs so that they would be the sole proprietor to it. So maybe that is what happened. Maybe some of them ended up getting their rights back, or maybe some of them went to new labels and the rights went with them to the new label, and the new label doesn't want to play ball. Who knows?
So you're saying that the companies still own the rights to all of the songs from the bands then, essentially?
Sometimes, yeah. Not all the time. Not all the time. Sometimes, yeah. It doesn't preclude them from playing them on concerts, but they wouldn't be able to do any re-releases if that was the case.
So do these ones that are omitted, do they really hurt you, or you think it's fine with what they got?
I'm gonna miss Suicidal Tendencies and Bring the Noise to a degree, but no, I'm fine with what we got. And it's kind of also a point of contents because it's 2020. So like I don't need to listen to the in-game soundtrack. I can just turn on Spotify.
Should look up half the songs on YouTube or something, man, if you're really desperate.
Right. It's like, we're good. I like it. The redesign is going to be something that I'm interested in. Also, like, one of the things I really want them to do, and I saw this in like an article somewhere, be able to inject your own Spotify scores into this, your own Spotify albums. So like
playlists?
Yeah, playlists. Thank you. So like go to Spotify, you make your own playlist, and then like you sync them with the game. That's not something that they're talking about, but that was like a suggestion by a fan who for like a feature they'd love to see. So I think that would be a lot of fun. I'm also curious to see how they do the characters, because most of these cats are 50 years old now.
Yeah, like how do you update that for modern times without practically insulting them?
Like, are we gonna get like Tony Hawk listed at 50 years old?
It'd be awesome to see, wouldn't it?
Oh my god, that'd be fucking hilarious. Tony Hawk's 52.
Dude, instead of a skateboard, he's got a walker.
Well, I don't want to be mean about it. I'm surprised that he's still doing what he's doing.
For his age, especially, man. Because that's not a high injury sport.
Right.
To my knowledge, that's one of the higher ones.
So I haven't heard or seen anything about any specific skaters not coming back. So if like, if you're a fan of some of these guys, I think you should be able to have all your favorites. Your Bob Burnquist, your Bucky Lasix, your Chad Muskas. Shockingly enough, Chad Muska is always the guy I played as, because
Oh yeah, of course.
Chad. Bedoy.
I think this game is hitting at a good price point too. To my knowledge, I believe it's not full price. I want to say it's like $40. I want to say.
That's it?
I think I could be wrong. I do have it ordered. I did pre-order. The moment I heard about it, I had to get it myself.
1 and 2 price. It says, yeah,
see.
it's priced at $39.99, and a digital deluxe version with a unique content and in-game gear will cost $50. A collector's edition will also be available for $99.99 and includes the game's digital deluxe content and limited run birdhouse deck. I want a deck. I mean, I was never a skateboarder growing up. I was a rollerblader, but I want a deck.
I'm happy to see these like remakes and remasters get cheaper prices, though. You know, we're not upcharging us into the 60s. Like Destroy All Humans is coming out this year too. The remake of that.
How much is that going to
in
go
July, and that's going for 40 as well.
I'm down with that idea.
For sure.
Let's see. Who's all the rosters? So here's the available characters. You got Hawk, Burnquest, Kareem Campbell, Rune Glyphberg, Bucky Lasik, Muska, Andrew Reynolds, Jeff Raleigh, Alyssa Steamer, Jamie Thomas, Officer Dick, and Private Carrera. Those last two are unlockables. That's just for the first game. I don't know how much changeover there was in the second game.
Was skating like a sport you actually followed when this game was out? Because I was gonna say, yeah, me neither. Like that, the only reason I even played it just because I thought it was just something fun on PlayStation, just something different.
Let's see. I knew who all the guys were because I played this game incessantly. So the sequel has all the same names, with Eric Costin, Steve Caballero, Jamie Thomas, Rodney Mullen, Spider-Man, and Trixie, and Mindy. Those are unlockables. So there is actually a great little video that came out of Tony Hawk talking to all the people who were in the game. They did like a little reunion, and his son was there, and he asked him because apparently his son was part of the the opening. No, he was in one of the games, I think. Maybe he was in a bunch of games. And he was asking him, when you got in the game, what was that like? And his son's just like, I don't know, it was cool, I guess. His son couldn't fucking be bothered. I love it.
You're in a Tony Hawk game. You're so nonchalant about it, man.
Right.
Shows you how far that series has come.
His son is named Riley Hawk. That's the one who was in the game. He's a skateboarder too, apparently. But his father, I think, is a vert skater, and he is a street skater. So he's a little different. So, all right. So yeah, can't wait for that shit. Can't wait for 52-year-old Tony Hawk to do shit.
I think it is going to have I want to say it's going to have the created mode in it. I don't know if the warehouse is if that's what that means. If that was the creative mode from 2. But it said there was some kind of demo for it if you pre-ordered or something. But it's supposed to be in the full game too. I'm wondering if that's the creative part of it.
Well, the warehouse was that fucking intro level.
Okay. All right. That's right, with the helicopter and stuff in it. That's right.
Let's see. The Verge. What do you got for me, The Verge? It says, are being remastered with a new bundle, and in doing so unlock pieces for the online park creator mode. So there's going to be an online creator mode. Creator Skater and Creator Park are back. This is an upcoming skateboarding game. Texas. Let's see what you got for me. There are the basics. The remastered collection will feature upgraded visuals, all the original levels, characters and tricks, extra challenges, a more elaborate Creative Park mode where you can share custom skate parks online, and a brand new online multiplayer along with local multiplayer. On top of that, the game will include the vast majority of the iconic Tony Hawk Pro Skater soundtracks, though not every game has made it due to licensing issues. The remaster is being handled by Vicarious Visions, which has some history both with the Skate franchise and remaking games. Some of the studio's earlier projects were the surprising excellent portable versions of the Tony Hawk Pro Skater, while more recently the developer released the Crash Bandicoot Insane trilogy. Also has a remaster of the PlayStation era classics. I believe that that makes us the ideal studio to faithfully remaster Tony Hawk Pro Skaters 1 and 2, says Vicarious Visions COO Simon Ebinger. According to Ebinger, working on projects like Crash taught the studio that remastering a beloved game is something of a balancing act. The challenge of a faithful remaster is knowing where to push the boundaries and what to keep sacred, he says. It's important to capture the original experience. The goal, he explains, was to make it feel like a game meant for 2020. With that in mind, largely the same core as original and the control structure with that episode 2 titles, blah, we don't want to make the game, okay, pro skate, oh no, music, that's about it. Nothing else is pertinent.
Yeah, I couldn't be more pumped for something like this, man. Takes me back to those PlayStation days.
Right.
You know?
Dude,
good time.
That was one of the games I played all summer long between 6th and 7th grade. I think it was 6th and 7th grade. Like, legit. I remember sweating my ass off in my room playing that game.